I'm very grateful that you have, as a region, 8 years ago, I was endorsed to be the nominee to sit in the International Executive Committee. Quite a privilege to be there. I think, as you would hear from the reports, if you attend the meeting after this meeting, we have been through a lot of challenges as a global fellowship. I think primarily because the context for for our work has changed a lot. I think for the last 8 years, we have experienced a lot of challenges in terms of the security, all over the world, So even for myself, traveling 3 times a year just to attend the International Executive Committee has been a challenge. It's difficult to travel these days now. So we have seen that the pressure globally, and of course in terms of finances, we have to struggle as a global fellowship how to handle all this. For instance, the recession, which affected a good number of our work globally. So it has been such a challenge for the executive committee how to handle all these nuances in terms of the exchange rates, how money falls, and so we have to be very creative in terms of handling the finances of the global fellowship, and you will hear more from the treasurer tomorrow, how it has happened. But in the midst of all this, we have had the leadership transition. Of course, I was privileged to be part of the selection committee, and we ended up, of course, appointing Danielle, our first colored General Secretary, obviously. So it's an upside-down world, really. So it's a milestone that we have a French-speaking General Secretary, quite different from the rest of history of IFES. Another milestone, like we have purchased an office in Oxford. So another interesting thing. So many of this will be, of course, mentioned in the reports. And I think as a nation participating in, this, the boardroom of IFES, it has been a privilege really to be heard and to contribute positively in, how the global fellowship is governed. So they respect so much. I would like to say that they respect so much the East Asian region. Shall we give ourselves a hand? Because this is the only region that has been supporting. We don't ask so much money from the global fellowship to keep things running. And I hope this spirit of generosity, to be supporting, to own our own, ministry in East Asia will continue. So I think this is a challenge to the next generation of staff workers and graduates that we will continue to do this. Own the work in East Asia, learn to give money while you're young and to support the ministry. And it's a good witness to the rest of the world that we can pay for our own ministry and even share, to other regions. I think this is the gifting that we have had from East Asia, that the generosity is there, the responsibility to take care of the work. I hope you will not get tired supporting our IFES staff, and to be giving more. I think the next generation will have more capacity to give generously to the work among students. Because as we have been saying, this is really a very strategic ministry. And, I became a Christian through the student ministry, and I have not graduated yet until now, after all these years, because I really believe that, if you want to change the world, start first with students. If you want to influence society, start first with students. And so it is more than that compensate whatever we say sacrifice for the sake of the student ministry. And I think here, in the last 8 years, we have gone a full circle. We have gone back to our original ethos, and that is IFES is for students, led by students. And so for the next 10 years, for the next 8 years, we will still continue to push that our focus is to release student initiative. That's the reason why we rejoice whenever we look at the young faces and to have realized that we are increasing the delegation of students. We need to do more because this is really your ministry. We are just your supporters, and so I am very thankful that our dream that there will be more students. I think there are about 120 plus students here. Not so big yet, but it's a good start. We're very happy as a part of the International Executive Committee and me as part of the steering committee that our dream has come true, that we would have more students. So thank you so much for your participation in this.